we have a seminar, and the seminar topic, as put here, says the importance of having economic power as a woman, the route to bringing Africa out of the doldrums. I have as our speakers for today on this discussion program, I have our dear friend and sister, a renowned educationist, Oreolu Afaweimi Johnson. She'll be talking from the educational perspective. We also have our dear sister and friend, Ojawaro Osadolo, a renowned agriculturist and farmer, local farmer to the core. We also have our sister. She will be taking it and talking about this topic, looking at it from the agricultural perspective, how agriculture can contribute to women's development and how women can help develop Africa as a whole. And finally, the last but not least, my dear friend and sister, Folakemi Adeyemi Fatade.
Entrepreneurs Channel TV, we writing Africa's story through enterprise Amazons. We promote women in business. We showcase women in business.
Entrepreneurs Channel TV, creating a platform of expression for every woman.
Most of what the women require is a bit of education, training, and funding to do what they need to do to make sure that agricultural revolution in India has said to herself that no Indian must go hungry. India started with food, and today India is up there in terms of technology. They may still be a developing country, but they have gone so far because they have done well. And in doing this, India went to the grassroots and started training their women. They trained them in, the different best approaches to agriculture, the different beautiful methodologies of agriculture. Then they went on to teach them how to even use the different. You go to the farms, you see the women, they do all sorts of things for their husbands. Their husbands don't even give them money. After harvesting the good yams, for example, they will ask them to take, the smaller pieces of yams and take them to the farms, take them to the market. Sometimes you see them, the women go to fetch firewood, plant vegetables, do all sorts of things, and whatever they do, the men still smoke cigarettes out of these monies. Because if your child is sick, it's the woman who takes care of those things. And for Africa to develop, all these things have to change. There is a clear case of gender inequality in the agricultural sector. When you want to get a loan and you go to the bank, all the executive farmers are men. You want to get a loan, they will look at you and you are not ready to give whatever it is they are asking for. Of course you will not get the loan. So we need, in Africa, in Nigeria for example, we need a lot of education, we need a lot of tools to make our jobs a lot easier. For example, a woman, how much can she do if she does not have the required tools? She will use the hoe, she will use the cutlass, she will use, meanwhile, provision of, for example, tractors that plow the land, that do land preparation for the women, and the rest, let her run them. Sometimes you can have tools for spraying, instead of her having to go and, carry a backpack, the government or whoever provides, maybe a funding organization provides, things like a boom sprayer, everything will work well, the nation will feed and everything, but these things are not there. Africa will only grow when we are full. When our tummies are full, our brains will work. In the absence of that, we have a very long way to go. So we need education, we need training in terms of how to do it, how to go about all the different processes, and we need funding to get the women to do what they know how to do best without even being pushed.
Thank you so much. Actually, the women we face in this development issue. And here I have some things like finance, poverty level, rates of poverty level for the women, weak economic capacity, education, and gender inequality. But Dara already mentioned all those things, and I was only going to ask or add that. So these factors or these challenges also affect women in the agricultural sector. Gender inequality in the agri sector. I thought both men and women were farmers. And I actually think, well, I don't have the statistics. I thought we have more women farmers at the rural level than we have the men. Yeah, I think most of the men are those involved in high skill, farming or. But I thought most of the rural women were more involved in farming.
Typically, we have about 50%, about 48% of all farmers being women. If you look at it from in terms of what you have, when you go to the rural areas, you see a man. He has, he has men working for him in terms of the hard jobs. For example, when you talk about making ridges and those kind of things, you have the men do that, and they have wives. Their wives do, the bulk of the harvesting and all those kind of things. Basically, that's for, you are doing maize, soya beans, corn, groundnuts, and all those things. But when it comes to things the children eat, for example, you want vegetables, don't talk about meat, talk about vegetables and things that the children eat on a daily basis. The women do the farming. But you have a lot of more men in agriculture today than women because of gender inequalities. The women don't have the funds to get the requirements they need. They're not empowered. They're not empowered in any way. The men make sure that they are at the lowest part of the food webs. The food web, the food chain, you understand? That can't have money. If they have money, somehow they take it off them.
So now what you're saying is what they're doing is just for a living, for survival, not for economic purposes.
Use myself as an example. I think I'm the only woman who is not doing subsistence farming. All the other women just don't do their husbands really do subsistence farming, and they just do the rudimentary aspects, for example, harvesting. One ko ereoko, as they say. So, in essence, the things that we must do is that women must come and form what you call cooperatives. Women farming cooperatives. In the presence of women farming cooperatives, you can get funding, external funding from all sorts of places. But my question there is, will their husbands allow them to join? Because once they are that empowered, most of the women won't even look at their husbands in the face.
Have you ever heard of Daro? Can I also ask? These women, are they allowed to own lands or
Gets the land and he sometimes gives them a piece to go and do, those vegetables like plant egusi or plant, and not in commercial quantities, just those ones that they can get.
I just wanted to say this. I don't know if I should say to the question. Is it that women are not allowed to do this, or we decided, or we tend to stay back? Not even because of funds now, but because we feel it's not a woman's world. Thank you.
I can only speak. First of all, in terms of when you look at a rural woman, they can do exactly like the Ohori women where I come from, where the men do the ridges, the Zumba women do ridges, they cut down trees, they do exactly what their husbands do. It's not that they don't want to. They are not given the opportunities to do them. Now, if I don't have, for example, money, every 10 kobo I earn is spent on my children and feeding my children. Where will I have the funds to buy the seeds that I require if my husband doesn't give me? I can't even buy as simple as okra seeds to plant because my husband didn't give me. When you talk about the educated women, I mean women who today are, the more urban women who actually want to go into farming. Why are a lot of women not going to farming? When they think about farming, they think about hoes. Which of us wants to take a hoe? In the absence of the tools that are required, you can't go to the farm. And you see, the truth is that when you become a farmer, you realize that a lot of things that are said outside are not really what it truly is on ground.
Thank you very much, Daryl. Speaking about empowerment, we are women. Where do we come into this, even at this our age? Let's say, can I still go into farming if I want to now? So where do I start from?
First of all, you have to have a very, very clear understanding of what you want to do. Then the people like Folake will come in and train you and tell you about how businesses are run, where to start from, how to go about it, and everything. You have to have a plan. You also have to have, we need to look, find a pool of women that are quite, not just into farming, people who are educated in agriculture and have farming experience. Because what is on the internet is not what happens on the ground. I am a living example. I started out planting tomatoes. I can't, if you ask me to put one seed of tomatoes in the ground, I will quarrel with you for the next 50 years. Now, you need to have a clear understanding, again I say very clear understanding of what you want to do, how far you want to go, what volumes you want to do, how much money do you have, where do you start from. Folake will tell you that once you have determined what you want to prepare you for what you want to go into, then you can go into it and seemingly succeed. But if you go in with zero knowledge, except God, because there are so many things you are not in control of. Okay. You don't control weather. You don't control weather. You don't control the soil. Except you want to, you want to ruin the soil by using so much fertilizers that you don't know anything about. So there's so many things that could just go wrong. So you need to plan. You need to ask questions.
Thank you very much, Dad.
Businesses. Like I said, I'm a certified trainer with the International Labour Organization with the one training on generate your business ideas. I know many women will tell me, I'm a jack of all trades, I do different things. What do you do properly? Your business should be solving a problem. Your business should be making an impact. What exactly do you think is your strength? Do a SWOT analysis of yourself and know what is the best thing that you can do to get the best results. We do the start your business. Many of us have been doing our businesses in the home. I've spoken to somebody who said, oh, I do a business, I run a profitable business. I said, tell me about your business. And she said, okay, she's a fashion designer. She works from the garage of her house. And then, oh yes, she makes a lot of money. I looked into her books and I said, Madam, your business is not profitable. She said, how? I said, you are not capturing rent in your business. You are not capturing utilities. Your business is going to grow out of this place, but you can't support your rent. So we should put structures in our businesses. We should do businesses like we want to build a sustainable business that will outlive us. It's all about legacy. And please, women, there are many business networks out there. Join one. Women now do not compete with one another anymore. They cooperate with one another. We have all seen that if you want to go fast, if you want to go far, you need people to go with you. Yes, you can go fast walking alone, but you can't go far. So you need people, you need handholders. You need people that will keep you accountable in your businesses. So join business networks. There are many of them. There's NEW, that's NECA's Network of Entrepreneurial Women. There's WIMPIS. There are many of them scattered all over the nation. You cannot use location as an excuse. They are all over. Join one so that you can do your business properly and make your businesses a corporate entity. Don't run away from tax. Tax is part of it. You know? And then please, your business is not you. Separate your business account from your personal account. And mind you, women are always saying, oh, what I need in my business is funds. I beg to differ. When people tell me that, I said, tell me about your business, I can tell you that what you need is not, the first thing you need is not the funds. Because you have not even started doing the business properly. Presently, there are many bodies out there who are interested in women doing businesses. Right now, we have different, institutions, even foreign. ActionAid was one of them that sponsors us to go and train market women. We are building capacity now for market women because they said, when we want to give them the grant, we want to be sure that they can manage the grant. So right now we're going to the market, my 12 market, Shomolu market, we have been to all of those markets to train them on how to keep records, because I asked them, okay, madam, what do you do? I sell frozen fish. Is your business profitable? She said, yes. I buy a carton of frozen fish for 8,000 naira and then I sell for 12,000. I said, so what is your profit? He said 4,000 naira. So what do you do with the 4,000? Oh, I do enjoyment, I take a share. I said, madam, your business, that you are beating your capital. You did not capture the transportation, you did not capture the utilities, you did not capture the overhead. You think you have made profit. So please, I want to encourage us women. When we're doing businesses, entrepreneurship is the way to go. But please, build a sustainable business that will outlive you. Leave a legacy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah. And I also
great organizations, please start thinking of retirement 10 years before you are due to retire. Not when you are retiring tomorrow. When we do pre-retirement training for companies and they call us for full retiring next year, tell them you are too late. Please, 5 to 10 years before you are due for retirement, think about it. Because retirees die quickly in our society. You will see people that worked with you that were in managerial positions 3 years ago, they come back begging you for money and you wonder what happened. So please, let's plan. Thank you.
Or you're worried or you lack the confidence, to start. How do you get that?
That's why you need training. We deploy for the ILO training is generate your business ideas. We have a pool of people who tell you, oh, I'm thinking I want to do business, but I don't know what exactly. Oh, I have interest in many things. So we bring them together. They do a SWOT analysis of themselves and what I'm sure we all know what SWOT analysis is. Yes. Your strength, your weakness, your opportunities and the threats around you. By the time they do all of that, it's a 2.5-day training. By the time they come out, they're sure of what they want to do.
thank you.
Done a wonderful job. And I tried to tell you guys last time that you guys all guys did wonderful to make share. God bless you, real good.
Thank you.
I told you this morning, we are looking at for we have plans. We all have plans. So I'm not going to talk much. I'm just going to take and run. The topic says the importance of having economic power as a woman. So I'm taking from another perspective. We all know that education is said to be the liberating factor for any economy, for any nation. And we are saying, how do we bring Africa back to greatness? So we actually have a target community or audience or nation. We know that this has been one of the main the bane of underdevelopment in Africa, education. And what exactly is the problem? Why is this a problem in Africa? Because education is not valued. So what happens? What are the disadvantages? The women marry early. So because they marry early, they don't have any earning power. Everything Daryl was saying, if that girl or that woman was educated, she will not wait for her husband to give her a portion of the farm. She's empowered economically. She goes and finds ways of getting money. You know, the importance of the woman, the role of woman in the contract. But if the woman is not educated, forget about having economic power in Nigeria or in any part of Africa. That is the reason why African countries don't have many women in legislation. Rwanda has taken the lead in this regard. The Rwandan president made sure that his cabinet is full of over 60% of women, because he's trying to change the trajectory of the role of women in Africa. Because he knows that when women are empowered educationally, there's nothing they can do. When a woman is empowered educationally, she won't even think of marrying early. All these ones that got married at 15, 20. The woman who is empowered educationally doesn't think about that. She wants to study, she wants to, her mind is full of ideas. Well, that's one. Number two, the woman who is empowered, I'm telling you that this is the importance of a woman being empowered in education, using education as a tool. A woman who is empowered has high income power. She's going to earn more money, and she's going to be able to put back into the economy, to the system, into the nation. So empowering and developing a country is not left for a man. It's for all of us to do. And without education, the women will always be on the back seat. So if we want more women to come up and help develop Africa, taking her out of the doldrums, we need to put more emphasis on education. In fact, I was reading something last night. It says, when in the sub-Saharan African community, when girl education is increased, it has a proportional 64% increment in the economy of the nation. Over a period of years, they did the statistics on secondary school girl education. The more, especially in lower African countries like DRC and all those countries, the higher the girls had in education, like the higher educational level they got to, they saw a direct proportion to an increment in the socio-economic development of those countries. Now, what's the other side of downside of that? When you don't educate your girl child, the economy goes down. It is proven. It is proven. It's not a matter of, it's not a topic for discussion. So, when you empower a woman and the child goes to school, what you get, like I said, you have a woman with high income earning power. You strengthen your economies, you strengthen the gender biases, gender inequality. The women will earn as much as the man. Why? Both went to school. So why should the man earn more? I know that's a debate all over the world, even in America. You know, so I'll just hit that and run. When a woman is empowered, she reduces poverty, like Daryl said. Empower a woman, and you see what she's going to do. In fact, there's another statistic that says that companies that have women as the CEOs have a greater success story. They have the rate of their economic growth is faster than women. The environment where they work is more genial, is more cordial, and more empathic. That is also proven. So, in summary, we know and we hope that, using Nigeria as an example, our nation will take girl education more seriously.